When I picked this thing up, I noticed that the ways were very gritty and oily. So I didn't move it but maybe 2 inches. I cleaned off the back first and moved this a little bit, but you never want to just start turning things when they're dirty like that, because you'll drag chips and dirt and grease and everything else up underneath the ways. And right there, it always wears more because of this junk. So before I move it out, I'm going to clean all that off. I'm going to use the old rags from the other project I'm working on. I'm not going for a full cleanup. I just want to get some of this off so I can move it around a little bit. Looks like the dowels are in good shape. Push it back a little bit more so I can. Drag that junk up under there. Okay. Before we go starting it up. I got a lock on or anything. That's the lock. Oh, that's a mess and a half. Let's see if y'all guys can see it. Get some of that crap out of there and see what it looks like. See down in there. Sorry about the lack of decent. This is my new camera. I don't really want to get it all gooey yet. It's not rusty down there. It's a good thing. Oh. That's cleaned up pretty good. No rust or anything. And it doesn't look like they've done one of those fancy cosmetic scraping job. I see that so many times where they'll scrape the ways here and tell you it's a great machine. And all it is a con job. I'll stone those ways before I move it back. I didn't test this thing while I was there. I moved the ways about that much just to make sure they moved. And they didn't go up and down on the column, but about that much. I just wanted to make sure it would move and wasn't frozen. So here's how they cleaned. Well, where are you? Good. So there's how they cleaned up. Got a little bit of whey oil on them. Now I'm going to cycle that table and see what happens. I'm getting it all the way down here now, so that's good. That feels really good. Then I found this is not working right. You use this, pull it out.
Is this factory?
Yeah, that's factory.
Oh.
Goes up and down fine, but it's not.
Engaging.
You push it in to make it do that,
Mm-hmm.
then you pull it out to get it out of the dog. So something's not, this wire's not performing its duty the way they intended it. Okay, let me get where you are. And I will. Oh, by the way, folks, Don has come out of hibernation.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, that's his story.
First time I've been outside in 2 days.
I will check the weekly newspaper on Wednesday. They give an arrest report. We'll see if he's been
Never
in
been
jail.
arrested in my life.
Well,
Come close.
our system has got many shortcomings.
Yeah, that's-
Okay, hold
that's
on.
Pretty stiff.
All right. I have got to push the button over here, and that turned on the contactor. Afraid to touch anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Now this should turn on the spindle.
Can you take the belt off and then turn it on and see if the noise is in the motor or the... I don't have it going nowhere. Let's go up.
Get in there and see if they see.
doesn't sound too good. Sounds like a bearing.
I don't think there's a bearing there.
Well,
It may
a
be a
bushing.
bushing.
A bushing
is
doesn't sound
bad
too
on
good. Something
that
doesn't
pulley.
sound too good.
Because the pulley goes up and down like that.
Yeah, that's a variable speed. That's pretty loose too.
And
Try
there's
turning.
a spring on there.
Yeah.
And there's a spring in this one, but I don't remember if it's pushing up or down, but I think it's pushing down.
Turn it on and try to vary the speed. I want to see what this belt looks like.
Okay.
Tension on it when it gets pressure. When you put it up to higher speed and gets more tension on it, it starts squeaking. And that's a bushing or something. It's loose, but you still can't get that in there right. All the way down.
You get a persuader or something.
I don't break this one too.
I'm trying not to. Man, that'd be crap.
Machinists like you can make anything, Steve.
I can break anything too. That's the good part about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't get too much pressure. You remember?
I remember.
Remember a
few
week
days
ago, right?
I have a job for you.
Hey, drill a hole in these and use them as oil and put the little brushes in there. Let me, I gotta go rest her.
Good place for you, Don. We're resting. Keep your boilers.
That top pulley seems awful loose.
Yeah.
Don't turn it on. That spring seems awful weak. You know? I don't know.
I think bushing and spring. Phone's ringing.
Yours, not mine.
Your parole officer. Well,
You did it. Get a ladder?
I got ladders. Okay, that goes in there, and then why did they have it wired in? What would be causing it? They were keeping it wired in.
They were keeping it down.
Never letting it come out. So to me, that means either the little dogs that it goes into are worn out, and it was slipping out.
Maybe.
I mean, it feels free when you go that way, and then dry. But that goes in and out.
Still say something like this, you don't know what it is, just take it apart and clean it all out. Inspect everything, you know. You know, it works.
Let's listen to the drive motor over there and see how it's doing. Coolant. That's that speed.
That is awful. Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's we're pretty much the head. Let's crack that sucker open. You got it. That's your absolute stop, and these are your adjustable stops. One of those on each end.
Well, that'll work. Just got a head problem.
Just got the head problem, just like your other one.
All the little ones.
Might want to move the camera so people can see what you do.
Don't have a way to move the camera to where people could see what I'm doing. If you were one of them color commentators, you could explain that to them while we're doing this.
You don't pay me for that.
I don't pay you at all.
That's right. Exactly.
You know, people that work release programs doing community service don't get paid.
Wouldn't know that. No experience in that area.
All right. I've taken out one set screw. I noticed on the plans that sometimes they put doubles in. Doesn't seem to be the case there.
Wouldn't think you need two for that little handle. It's on there pretty good. Let me just really go out.
I'm gonna go get a handle removal tool.
Easy.
Don, we're doing this job, he'd explain that I've inserted this behind, real close to the shaft on this hub. And I'm seeing if it'll move.
We did the same thing on the Bridgeport.
Well, not quite.
It moved after the shaft broke in half.
Well, no,
It's not my buddy, isn't
it's going a little bit.
it? They tap a tap.
Let me get some tools here.
You want a little puller?
No, I'm going to take it, put a little pressure on it.
Just cover over nothing.
You know what I think that cover's for? To protect the finish of the column from the tool sitting in it.
So you can always see what the original color was.
Ah,
That's probably what it is.
color card. Well,
Off with his head.
I still want to try to move that. What size?
Stubborn man. Just want to break it, huh?
No, I don't want to break it.
It's not moving.
But the shaft is moving.
Yeah, a little. Teeny bit.
Well, it's better than the other one was.
No, the other one moved a little teeny bit too.
After I cracked it off, it
It
moved
a lot.
Well,
Off with the head.
go get some buckets to put these parts in. And we'll take the head off.
On here, right?
Once you look around for an Allen wrench that would fit those two. There were some on top of this and some over there and maybe some out in another drawer.
That narrows it down, Steve. Thanks.
Well, I'm giving you 3 places to look. Wayne's going to be ecstatic. I went and bought one of these 5-in-1 tools. Better not scratch my middle, Wayne. All right, there should, according to what I read, there should be 6. I sure don't see any others.
There's some under here. One.
Well, these will hold this bottom part on.
Hard to get in here. Much room.
Let me loosen these up before we get those taken completely off. Down very tight.
These work.
Must be my superhuman strength.
That's me.
While you're doing that, I'm going to disconnect the electric up there. See if I can get by. Well, that's nice. You got a terminal block in here.
Make it easy.
They have them labeled.
So my marketplace is selling a Rockdale belt sander like you get bought. The high speed one for $50. I missed it by 10 minutes. Had a cast iron cover and everything on it.
Created a monster.
Yeah. Well, for $50, I mean, that was no brainer.
D3. In the old days, they didn't put any of the spades. They put these ring connectors on there, so it won't fall out. So now you have to take all the little bitty screws out and drop them everywhere. Okay, D1, 2, and 3, they're the same as the other side. I'm gonna put you guys in.
Here are the top search results.
Okay, well, 4 of those are out. I don't see any other ones, but doesn't mean you don't have them.
I read what I read and it said 6, but I don't see where the other 2 would be. So what we could do is just, okay, electricity's disconnected. I have that hammer, or it should be. Let me kidnap my hammer. I just had it.
You go in circle. Ah,
It's up here. How did they get that out from under our noses? That feels really tight.
it does.
Don't pry.
What about this?
Wait a minute.
2 more bolts right here. I wonder if that's holding something. Said 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hell, take them off. Won't. That would make sense. 6 of them. Whoa. We
Something
just
moved.
rotated that thing.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to unless
Well, that doesn't mean it still don't mean it need to come off.
it won't lift off.
Let me take them off. Yeah,
It's tight up there. Try it.
yeah, something. Yeah, hammer. I need to get it past the paint.
If you mess up the pure imitation turquoise knobs.
That color gotta go.
Oh, I think it looks cool.
Yeah.
There's 2 missing off the drive over there. But I got one that was up there. So I have.
This thing's gonna fall off when I do this, so hold it.
Okay, I got this.
Yeah, see this? Yeah, because it was covered. It's hitting on a pulley. Right?
See how these are wear items?
Yep.
And they go in through there.
It's riding on the pulley right here.
I think those are called brake shoes.
It's a brake, right?
The brake. All right, Don, you lift that off and I'll be back.
This end is not something here. It's not coming up. Unless it's just heavy.
I think it just needs to lift straight off
It's
the
probably just heavy.
spindle.
It's heavy too.
It wouldn't hurt to take out the drawbar. It'll come out.
I just think it's real heavy too.
Would you hold this up? Well,
Is there a screw in this hole?
is there a what?
There's a hole on this side, other side. Is there a screw in there?
I don't see where you're talking about, sir.
There's a hole there.
Well, the back shaft on the motor, the pulley and everything, it's free on the bottom. There's no pulley to hold it down.
Okay.
So everything should raise up.
So this would must have been the 2 6s because this was over this pulley here.
Okay.
Oh, that makes sense. It wouldn't come up. Well, I don't know how I'm gonna lift that. It's pretty heavy. it's loose. But it's heavy.
It's just got to go straight up.
It's not moving. See if you can pry to see if you will lift
Let me
it
take
up.
it. Let me get where you are. Let me start back here.
I feel like something else got it, see? To me. I hope it ain't like some stuff they put screws behind the stupid badge.
It's just that shaft.
Yeah.
Got to come up straight.
It'll almost make it like it is.
Well, if I were to really quickly scrape those back ways back there, we could lift the table knee up, and that would get it over that.
Yeah.
Won't take a couple minutes.
Yeah, do that.
I said we, Don. Don, come back, Don. Need more horizontal surfaces.
Don't come up too fast, does it?
No. Well, these knives cost me $2,500 once for these 5M1s.
Hmm.
One of my workers decided to scrape the French windows he was painting with one of these.
Scratch
And
it all
he
up.
scratched every piece of glass there was.